I want to talk about manifesting today and the messages in the tarot about how we can manifest, or how we can blend focused intention with a little bit of magic to create our best life. Now, of course, we can read tarot, and doing tarot spreads around manifesting is really, really powerful, and I'm definitely going to be sharing some of those. But I also look at tarot as a guidebook to understand anything in our experience. I could have chosen any one of the 78 cards to talk about manifesting, and I took my time in choosing these. I'm also going to talk about the aces, but these were, there were so many I nearly chose. I actually nearly chose the Five of Pentacles as well, because I think that's a powerful manifesting card. But in the end, I brought it down to these five. I think I had to choose what is classically referred to as the wish cards, the Nine of Cups and the Star. And then these three were perhaps more personal choices. The Star to me is maybe one of the most powerful cards about how to manifest. The 8-pointed star here represents the pole star, or the North Star, or Tia's nail if you prefer, which in the northern hemisphere stays in the same place, and all the other stars progress around it, so that if you know what you're doing, and I don't, you could navigate by the North Star. It is consistent. I think if you're manifesting, you need to have a consistent wish, desire, affirmation. You need to be consistent. You can't chop and change. You need to know what you want, and you need to base your life around it. And then one of the images that I'm just obsessed with, she's got one leg and is pouring half of the water onto the earth, and she's got one leg on or in the water and is pouring half of the water into the water. To me, this is the balance between inner, which is the water, and outer, which is the earth, work. If you're going to manifest anything, you need to center your life around a clear intent, and then you need to make sure that your inner critic, your intention, your inner focus is guided by this intention, but you have to match that by practical actions as well. If you want to run your own tarot business, you need to know why you're doing it and what benefits it will bring to your life. You need to feel comfortable, excited, and committed to it. But you also need to maybe have a website or a Facebook page or put leaflets out. You need to actually do something in the real world to let people know. So to me, that's really powerful. I know some people feel that maybe the Nine of Cups is a little bit arrogant with the way he's sitting and the way that the cups are, hoisted so high, and I get that. But in readings, the Nine of Cups will often come up to remind people to live the life they would love to live. And a classic example might be, if you want to meet a partner who is fit and prioritizes their health, then you better start going to the gym, because that's where you're most likely to meet them. Or if you want to meet a partner that's going to share your love of music and pub music and gigs, well, guess what? You better start going to those places, because that's where you'll meet your partner, rather than waiting for the partner to be able to go to these things. So to me, the Nine of Cups is live the life that you want to live. Don't play around with it, I'll do that when. Start now, even if it's small. Whatever it is you're manifesting, start acting in the ways that you will act when you get there. Because when we work with the I'll do it when, and a classic one which I'll get with clients is, I'll have and I'm aware I use this one myself, I'll have a better work-life balance when I hit this financial goal. I can almost guarantee that when you hit that financial goal, you will push it further back. To manifest the abundance and the good work-life balance, you need to start embracing the work-life balance at this point. So to me, the Nine of Cups is very much about, you have to start with what you have and enjoy it and live the life that you want to live right now, because manifesting is a power from the present moment. I think a lot of people are too down on the Four of Pentacles. I'm here to wave the flag for the beautiful power in the Four of Pentacles. I know some decks do draw this image much more as a miser. To me, it can be, of course, a miser, but I want to draw your attention to the fact that he has a crown. There are not many cards in the Rider-Waite deck, apart from, of course, the courts, that have crowns. So the fact that he has a crown has to be important. To me, it is highlighting that he is in his power, his personal power. He stepped away from the busy, and it's a beautiful city here, he stepped away from the busyness of the city. He's sitting in a very grounded position here on the concrete block, very similar perhaps to, the High Priestess or the Two of Swords. And then we look at the placement of the pentacles. We've got one on the crown. To me, that is the crown chakra. When we manifest, we have to feel inspired. To me, the way he's holding this, he's not clutching it. It's almost like a breastplate. We have to, and it's over his heart. We have to feel emotionally connected with what we are manifesting. It has to matter. If you don't care about what you're manifesting, you're not going to put the effort needed to do it. And then what I love, so we've got the two pentacles up here, very much linking to the inner work. And then we've got two pentacles under his feet, very much linked to getting the work done. And the phrase that I often use for this idea is, yes, God moves mountains, but you better bring a shovel. And I think sometimes people forget that with manifesting, intention is powerful, intention is important, but so is practical action. One of the things when we work with manifesting is there comes a point when we have to surrender to the work being done. When we are manifesting, we are working with, you might call it the universe, you might call it the name of a deity, you might call it God, whatever you want to call it. We have to surrender to the universe. We have to trust in universal or divine timing. And I think that is the hardest part of manifesting. To actually believe the work is done, I have had my focused intention, I truly believe that I have put the effort in and I've worked into it, and now I am going to, it's going to be at the bottom, there we go, I'm going to live as if my work is done, and I am going to trust that the universe will provide, or my magic has been successful, and I surrender to the process. Because when we manifest, we don't always get it in the time frame that we think is right. We get it in the time frame that is right. This has happened numerous times to me, where I've really focused on manifesting things, and I've been actually upset at the point about the timing. And it's only when I look back that I think, damn, I was spot on. It was better than I could have chosen. So I do feel that when we do work with manifesting, there needs to be a point of surrender. And I think that is the hardest point. If you're going to ask me what is the reading or the news that is most consistently hated by clients, it's patience. You need patience on this. That's one people don't like, because we prefer to have a struggle and feel like we're in control than to be told, very much an 8 of Wands kind of an idea, it's out of your hands now, it's all coming through, you need to have patience. And as I said, I think I could do this video, with every single card in the deck, but for a different angle and different reason. I chose the Three of Wands because it is a universally positive card. It is one of the very few cards that, Arthur Waite said there was no negative meaning to this card, and I don't see a negative meaning to this card. It is an incredibly positive card. But I read this card as success through your own hard work. And people forget that with manifesting. People forget that, yes, the clear intention and the affirmations and the vision boards, they're all really powerful. They're all really important. But the hard work matters too. I see this guy as a merchant. This is either an estuary or a river, who knows. And these are ships down here. And he's there and he's confident and he's watching his ships. Are they going out? Are they coming back? It doesn't matter. He has total confidence that he will make money from these ships, that his venture will be successful, because he knows that he's built good ships. He knows that he's paid for good sailors. He's put the effort in, both through clear intention and clear focus and practical work. And when we get to this point of effectively surrender, then hope on the back of good, hard, balanced work, and living and trusting that it will be successful, is really powerful, because it means that if there are problems, and in life there usually are, we will approach those problems in a positive and problem-solving way. So just a little take on 5 of my favourite manifesting cards. I'm going to do a few more in these series as well, so do watch out for them.